Hello, dearest listeners, and welcome back to the show that broadcasts from a small town and/or large city in the middle of... well, that's odd. We appear to have some static interference today. Listener, could you please make sure that on the night of the harvest moon, you change your thermostat to exactly 67 degrees. From there, you must check your email. You will find a series of coordinates that will lead you into the forest and to an unmarked grave. Dig up the ancient and strangely ornate casket, and break open the lid. In the palm of the cadaver, you will find a small piece of papyrus paper. On it, you will find the link to our customer service site where you can then be helped in addressing any technical issues you may be experiencing. On the topic of rituals, there have been a large number of them performed within the past few weeks with very interesting results.
I thought ritualistically doing something was like our town's favorite pastime. That's like reporting on the number of people grocery shopping.
Okay, for starters, our favorite pastime is officially water polo. And second, it's the fact that it's one singular ritual, and who's conducting it, that makes it so fascinating. A new ritual has been spreading around the schoolyards, and it's making its way into slumber party agendas all across town.
Still seems pretty normal around here. I once saw a kid drawing ancient sigils to summon an elder god with crayons in a doctor's office waiting room. He only managed to summon a small sugar, which he named Teddy and keeps as a pet. Still pretty impressive for a 5-year-old, though.
Well, what if I told you these kids are summoning an eldritch spirit of far greater power than even our most skilled cultists could manage? A being that has been spotted across town many times since the ritual was first conducted.
How would they even manage that? Most children don't start ancient Sumerian, Latin, or Icelandic until they're at least in high school. Even the advanced students probably only know the phrases for summoning lesser ghosts and asking how to get to the bathroom.
This ritual is actually quite easy. There are only few items needed, and the locale is also generally quite close to home. All you need is a bathroom with a mirror and some candles. Supposedly, the size of the mirror doesn't really matter, but for the best results, we recommend a decent-sized wall mirror. Turn off all of the lights in the room, and then light your candle. You may either hold or place your candle down, as long as it just dimly illuminates your face. Now that you are fully set up, you need only to invoke her name 3 times. Bloody Mary.
Oh, that bitch! 600 years and she still manages to be a nuisance? This is just like her too, making herself the center of attention. I'll bet she was the one who told those kids about her ritual too, just to get people chanting her name. What an egocentrist.
You are literally wearing a suede jacket with your name embroidered into it in gold lettering.
It's a promotional item. It's merch that our lovely audience can buy through our online store so they too can feel as glamorous as moi. With a beautiful black and gold color scheme, a soft interior lining, the king jacket will truly make you feel like an immortal creature of the night.
Okay, it feels a little pointless to advertise fashion over a radio show. We don't have any visuals.
We also have not set up any sort of online store, nor do we have merchandise. Although, that would potentially aid the station greatly if we did, and allow us to continue to produce content that we like at a consistent pace. Perhaps, if we acquire more subscribers, we can...
Oh, thank Lady the Static is back. Before we went too far down that rabbit hole.
We have a call on line A. Also, you're welcome? I guess? I didn't do that, though.
Hold on, dearest listeners. I need to take this. Redacted, why don't you elaborate more on Mary so that King doesn't pop a blood vessel, theirs or anyone else's?
Well, my understanding is that Mary is technically a ghost. Many have attributed her to being the former Queen of England, Mary Tudor I. This is largely due to her sharing the nickname of Bloody Mary with the late Queen. We at the studio, however, have checked, and the Queen is accounted for in both body and spirit. Here is what we know about the spectre. She is a pale figure clad in an all-white gown that stops just above her feet. Her spindly limbs hang loosely as if she were held up by a thread at the top of her head. She no longer has eyes or eyelids, having unnaturally large holes in their place. She has blood running down her body, as though it had been dumped atop her head and allowed to run down. It drips from her feet, leaving a clear trail wherever she goes. The final physical feature of note is a candle that rests on her crown. It burns dimly and casts deep shadows over her gaunt features. She is summoned rather easily and seems not to really do much when she does appear. All you need to do is say her name 3 times in front of a mirror, only lit by a single candle. As you speak, the final Bloody Mary, the candle will go out. Suddenly, the mirror will be illuminated once more, this time from the other side, as you find yourself face to face with Mary. You will likely run screaming or turn on the light at this point, and she will be gone. It is said that you may now see things for just a moment in reflections, but that is all. You've completed the ritual and proved your bravery. Congratulations. That is, unless you didn't run or turn on the lights. We don't really know what happens in that case because we have yet to find anyone who did this. We have, however, found mirrors with a single melted candle in front of them. Those mirrors also tend to have various bloody streaks and handprints, as if something pulled itself out of the mirror. Host, what the hell are you doing?
Getting a primary source. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
Detecting severe interference.
Huh. Rituals for static. Neat.
Nope, not today.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
So was this interruption for a word from our sponsor.
This week's broadcast is brought to you by Walter Wonders Woodworking, established in 1782, located 243 paces behind the Menards. Walter takes pride in his homemade woodworking projects grown from his own trees. Act fast. He only has a sale once every 30 years, as the trees have to grow for harvesting. If you have any questions, he asks you to write him a letter and have it sent by horse, as he doesn't know how to work emails. Thank you, Walter Wonders Woodworking, for sponsoring us this week.
Okay, so would you care to explain what that was?
Trust me, you were better off not meeting her. She cursed me while she was alive and was a curse on existence itself before that. By the way, bathing in blood does not make a good skincare routine. She deserved to be walled off in her own castle.
Wait, are you implying that Bloody Mary is Elizabeth Bathory?
People were right about the nobility thing, just not a queen and not in England. I don't have the slightest clue as to where the name Mary came from, however. For more details, read Carmilla.
Well, that wraps that right up.
Wait, I have so many questions.
Thank you, dearest listeners, for your continued viewership of each broadcast. Take care not to stare too deeply into any reflections for a while. I doubt this is the last of the newest spook. And besides, there are far stranger, far older things found in the depths of your mirror. Sweet dreams, and don't think too hard about that faint creak down the hall. Anything worth fearing would have slipped in without a sound.